Okay, here we are. Finally, it's Lisa and Leah, our After Nine program. And here we are from AM
Hello.
800. We're a little bit late today. We had some technical difficulties, but we got them all figured out. And yeah, back at it. Kind of a cloudy looking day today, but at least it's not as hot. This is good.
No, yeah, it's still kind of muggy on the outside though. I'm inside, so you can tell not outside today. Little rainy, little muggy. I have a question for you.
Yes,
Do you wear or would you wear um, a
I'm afraid.
a
Oh,
checkered print? How come?
like gingham or like
No, well,
big
checkered,
square,
like a checkered square, like a checker
like a
flag, checker.
checkerboard.
Yeah, different colors, checkers.
Like, well, a lot of it or like a big sweater or
Yeah, like a full-on shirt or a pants or
well, pants definitely not.
the only reason I asked because I love these things. You know how I was flipping through social media just waiting for you, and I see this thing saying, "Oh, checkerboard has taken over the fashion scene for this summer," and I'm thinking, really? Did I miss out on the memo?
I haven't seen it, but I'm always 2 years behind. Let's like I'll catch up with the checkerboard like in 2015. I
Like,
mean 25. What am I saying?
right? Like,
Yeah.
honestly. And then you see like some of the men's. Have you ever watched you see the pictures of the men's clothing on the runways, and you're like,
Oh yeah.
really, really, who is wearing that? Nobody ever is wearing
But
it.
here's the thing.
Nobody.
Here's how I interpret how that goes down. Think of it like think of it like a car show. So say you go to the Detroit Auto Show and you'll see these new crazy looking model vehicles, right? That some car companies will put out there. And you're like, "Oh my god, like when are we ever going to see that spaceship looking thing on the roads?" But then you see sort of what comes out after is a modification of it or a toned down version of it or just pieces of it. So I think of it like a fashion show where designers are showing like the ultimate crazy ideas and whatnot. But then I think what comes out eventually to the consumer, the regular person, is like a toned down version of it. Or they'll take like, okay, the zipper down the side of the pant will be what they take. And maybe not so much the fabric or the pattern.
I mean, I agree with you to a point. And I guess the one thing that comes to mind is, and I saw this not too long ago, and it was like these guys walking down a runway and they were in full shiny latex and their pants almost looked like they were water balloons filled with water at the ankle. Did you see that at all? They
I
were
did
full,
not. Craig
like,
has not picked that up yet.
so it's like shiny pink latex pants or striped with like a big pantaloon and I'm like
Well,
that's
where were you and
I have
I?
no words.
You and I were in Toronto once, remember? And we walked into a department store, one of the
Eaton's.
higher end department stores, and we're like, oh, let's go to the shoe department. And you and I went to the shoe department and we're looking around like, well, where's something we like? Because everything was over the top, feather, weird, like, who's going to wear this? Not only that, but extremely expensive. And I remember crying. I was laughing so hard with you trying on these shoes and walking around.
Well, because they were $1,000 mooey mooey flip flops that were
Oh my
pink
gosh.
plastic, if you
Yeah.
recall. I said, I got to take a picture of these and the
Yeah.
price.
It was
And,
ridiculous.
I always think some people have too much money, but that's why I'm laughing. So when it's like, oh, checkerboard is taking over the fashion scene this summer, and I'm like, oh, really? Okay. Well,
You're right.
news to me. And I
You are
find
right.
as I get older, like, it just gets, I just get lazier, especially with the pandemic. I'm like, Oh, I don't even want to think about what I've got to mix and match. I feel bad for people that have to go into the office and get dressed. Now, I know some people might like that and they might miss it, but I'm like, oh, after working years in radio where,
Yeah.
you look respectable, we can't
Yeah.
wear our jammies, but that whole getting dressed up thing takes a lot of effort.
Yeah. The thing is, though, when we do go back to the office, it's like, I think a lot of people are under the misconception that we go to work and we're in a tiny little studio at an ungodly hour of the morning, where really no one else is there, and that we could get up and just wear our pajamas to work. The problem with that is that after 9 o'clock, we have to get out of the studio, out of our little hole, and go into the office and mainstream with the rest of the office crew. So it's not like
And
we can,
visitors to the
yep,
building.
and visitors to the building and meetings and clients and all that kind of stuff. So, as much as I would like just to wear my pajamas into work and then come home and go to bed, we can't, because there's other parts to our day after 9 o'clock. So,
Hey,
yeah,
speaking of mingling with other people in the office. Hey, ladies, miss you both. That's from Sandra Larkin Springer,
yeah,
who
have
we
not
love, and
have
she's
not
like,
seen her.
she's the one that makes sure we get paid. Could you make a little bit more noise in the kitchen? Thanks, I'd appreciate it.
Who's that?
Cooper,
Oh, tell him there's a show going on.
hey, there's a show going on here, Crickets. Hi,
Crickets.
Sandra. We miss you too. Sandra's the one that makes sure we get paid, so we have to be really nice to her.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
She
absolutely.
has a lot of patience for us too.
Oh
Um,
my God, does
yeah,
she
she does.
ever?
Happy Canada Day to Anne Marie,
Yeah.
and thank you, Lynn. Happy morning to you, even though it's a wet day.
Do
Yes,
you do you wear hats?
I'm sorry.
Do you wear hats?
Oh yes, there was one week I wore probably 3 hats, and I just didn't feel like doing my hair. And Mike's like, "What's up with all the hats?" I'm like, I just don't feel it."
I think I saw one of those after nine. You had a nice
Yes.
hat, like a big rimmed hat,
Oh, I
right?
was going on a boat that day. Yeah.
Oh, were
But
you?
my trusty ball cap is sometimes it's like
Okay, yes or
I
no?
know I know
I'll
I'm
be
going to go
right.
work out, so why do my yes?
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, I get the feeling a new hat will be revealed. Will it be big? I think it's going to be big and obnoxious.
No, it's not obnoxious, but what do you think? Yes.
I love it. I love it. Is it new?
Yeah, I got it at Winners. But here's the thing: I
What's
always
on
have
the
to.
back? The tag? You look
Yeah,
like
I haven't
who is
taken the
that?
tag off yet.
Who,
Minnie
who?
Pearl, that's her name.
Yes, Minnie
Now
Pearl.
we're showing our age. Hello, don't tell people that. But I always laugh too because it's like I have a friend who, when she bought a few hats, and young people, they all do this.
Now you look like Anne of Green Gables.
But that's how all the young people wear their hats. And I'm always like, no,
Oh yeah.
wear it.
Well, I mean, the point of wearing a hat like that is to protect your face from the sun, and you can't do it if you've got it back on your head like that.
It's all bougie, right? I love it. I think it's a cool hat. I have a
It is
very
cool.
small head, so this one is adjustable. There's a
How?
small brain contained in the small head, so
Wait,
it's very difficult
how
to
is it?
find a small head for that small brain matter.
So how is it adjustable?
It's got Velcro inside at the back.
Oh, very
But
cool.
I
Very
you like
cool.
you like it?
I do like it.
Are you a this
Nope.
or are you a this?
No, I'm definitely a that.
Yeah, I do. I do all my
Yes.
hats.
Yes. Yes. Perfect. I love it. Yes.
It's a
Yeah,
good one.
similar
Hey,
similar to my boat hat actually. And that's good because it protects your face.
now my son is trying to crawl behind the camera down the stairs. Oh, we won't see
Well,
him.
but is he doing it quietly? That's all that
Yes, he
matters.
was. Yes, he was. Thank you. Okay, you like the hat. Okay, good. I'm gonna wear it. I have a number of different hats. I have a thing about hats.
Yeah, Phil said reminds me of Madeline from the 90s. But he says very pretty.
I have another big one too. I have a lot of hats actually.
Oh, I wear a lot of hats too, let me tell you.
But mostly baseball caps, no? Or others?
No, I was being
Oh,
facetious, like,
okay.
wear a lot. What am I today?
I
A
know. So,
cook.
okay, stores are open. What are you buying? What are you doing? Where do you go? Where do you go?
Well, today, I have my, ladies that come to clean my house, which is awesome, and so I need to get out of here, and, I have a friend who gets, the same thing done, and she sits in her garage. I'm like, "Well, you might as well chip in and help if you're gonna stay home." So I get out of here, and, you know what I'm doing today? I'm going to get my passport photos taken. I have to change my name on my passport, which I haven't done since
Oh,
I
well,
got
you could get
married
that.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I've got to get my name changed on my passport, and to do that, even though it's not expired, I have to go through the whole process, new picture, new
Oh,
everything, and I've got to send that in and hope that I get it back um, in time for whenever I decide to travel out of the country, like December, January. Oh, I hope that happens. I
well, and
really
I
do.
hope you get it back by then. Could you imagine the backlogs? But maybe it won't take that long. Who knows? I don't know, right?
Yes, yes.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Anne Marie, do you clean your place before they come to clean your place? Yes, yes. It is a standing joke in my house.
You're
I'm
not the
cleaning for the
only one.
cleaners. And the night before, I will be a lunatic and I'll be yelling at everybody, everybody, the cleaners are coming tomorrow. Yes, we know, Mom. Well, get your room, clean your room, pick up everything, put it away. And usually they just close their door. But
And
I'm
then
like that.
don't go in.
Clean for the, that's right. They don't go in. And that's it. Then you don't get your room cleaned and live in a pigsty. I don't care.
Yeah. I always say my house is because I don't have cleaning ladies, but people to clean. Could be men,
Yep.
cleaning
Yep.
people. Um, but my house always looks clean, but I always say it is neat, but not clean,
Well,
generally. Maybe.
listen,
I don't know.
I always think my house is clean until I come back after the ladies have been here. They do like, I'm like, I don't know what they do. I'm like, do you have like bionic hands that you just scrub everything so quickly? And like, you know, your sink, your stainless steel sink, they get it so clean. Like I can scrub that thing with all kinds of detergent and everything, and it's still kind of not as shiny and sparkly. And then I don't know what they do, but it's probably why we pay them the big bucks.
Yeah,
They have secrets.
my sink is dark brown, so
Oh,
I don't have to
oh,
worry about it. But here's another question, which makes my family crazy. You know, I can get on my family for doing things. They want to know why I clean the house when we're leaving to go away.
yep. I do that too, and I have an answer for them. The answer is there's
Oh,
nothing worse than coming home to a dirty home, right? It's so
yes.
nice to come home. It's like making your bed. And, you know, when you go to retire in your bedroom at the end of the day, there's something about walking into your bedroom and the bed is made. It's so inviting. If
Hmm.
you walk in your bedroom and your bed's not made, it's just like, eh. So same with like coming back from a holiday. I totally agree. Or Leah, what if something happened and someone had to go into your house when you were away? This is what I always think. Like, um, we had a storm. You should check your basement for flooding. Oh, well, let's call such and such a neighbor and see if they can do that for us. You want your house clean because then they'll tell everybody else in the neighborhood how dirty it was,
I know, right? I
right?
know. I know. Well, I mean, I just do, I don't do a lot. I just make sure like I vacuum. They're like, oh, for God's sake, Mom, you're vacuuming. We're leaving. I'm like, just hang on a minute. Just hang on. Hang on. I gotta walk into a clean house when I come home, not
Totally.
scattered all over.
Totally.
And I love when we'd go away, and then my kid would say, "So what time do you think you're going to be home?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. You've got 4 hours to clean the house. You better get on it."
Yep.
And I
That's
always have the visual of what I think my house looks like when I'm not there and have left it for a week and left my 20 something son at home alone. I can only imagine what the house looks like. But
Do you ever like,
it's clean when I get home. Oh, I crack that whip.
yeah, Sarah, yeah, does the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some people over. I'm like, well, as long as it looks the same when we get back,
Yep.
should take photos of everything. Someone sat here, the pillow's different.
Oh God. Okay, by the way, another thing about pillows, right? So, you have pillow. We always talk about women talk about decorative pillows.
Yes.
Shit. Where you change pillows, you can, depending on your seasons or whatever. And you
Yes.
have to buy down-filled pillows in
Yes.
order
For the
to
karate chop.
yes.
Yes.
But I've stopped buying those because everybody, the boys in my house, have complained
Y-
because if they're flopped out on the couch, they're like,
Yep.
why did you buy these pillows? We're getting picked by all those feathers. They're so bad. Rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, okay, I'm not buying any more feather pillows. I
Yep.
refuse. And it makes me sad, but that's the reality of it.
But
Can't have
listen,
it.
here's what happens in my house. Craig hates them too, and he makes a point of like pulling them out
And just
and
letting
leaving the feathers all over the place just to make a point. But as soon as he sits on the couch, he takes all the feathered pillows and whips them across to the other side. Like he doesn't even want to touch it.
I know.
But I'm the same. Like no pillow looks as good as a feather pillow when you
I know,
karate chop it.
but they are right when they say they're terrible. There's
Yeah.
feathers coming out all over the place. Can you not figure that out, people? I don't know. So I was at Home Sense or Winners, one of those places, and I'm like, oh, look at these nice pillows, because it's like I'm like a squirrel with pillows, right? Squirrel pillows, and I'm like, oh, these are nice, and then I feel them. I'm like, oh, feathers, back away.
Well, how do people sleep on down filled pillows? Like sleep on them.
We used to. That's all we used to have when we were kids. Were down-filled pillows for sure. I don't know. I'm sure we got picked, mind you. We used to wear curlers in our hair at night. When I had long
Yeah,
hair when I was a kid and we were going somewhere the next day, my mom would put those
painful.
pink spongy curlers in your hair, and I would be like, "And you're trying to sleep like this? Like sleeping on a rock? What? Like torture?
Yeah.
What were we thinking?"
Well, I mean, we do a lot of stupid things, right?
Not anymore.
Um,
Oh, yeah, but
what do we got here? Yes, Mary says they are picky. She has a couple.
oh yeah.
Um, oh, Colleen wonders about the passport. The second page, you can add the info if you moved. Yeah, I thought that too, Colleen, but apparently a name change is a big deal. Not like an address change. And if you do move, you don't have to get a new passport. You don't even have to notify them, really. But on your passport, when you open it, you've got your name. There's nowhere in the passport that shows your address. That's just like secret information for whatever, for the
Oh, isn't
form.
it at the back? I thought it was there.
At the
Tells me that.
back,
Isn't it in the back somewhere? No?
no, no
Oh.
address. They don't care where you live. They just want to know like what country.
All
But
right.
yes, but your name, you have to go through the whole process if you're changing your name. Unfortunately. There you go. And I'm getting a 10-year this time. I usually get 5-year, and I don't know why. Maybe because
I
I
got
know
a
I'm
10.
gonna
I got
hate
a
my
10.
photo and I'm gonna want it changed in 5 years. But
I
yeah.
got a 10. You're talking about like all these different things and 10 years, and you think, oh my God, 10 years. So my friend surprised me and she was like, there were tickets to go see Kenny Chesney. But I didn't know about it. She just told me about it because they were supposed to go in 2019, I think. 2019, 2020. When did this whole pandemic thing start? It feels like it's been about 8 years.
Right.
Anyways, so she's like, well, it got postponed again. And so I said, well, when is it now? And she's like, it's next August. I'm like, next August? I could be dead. Who knows where I'm going to be next August? But all these events have been postponed for 2 years, and it's like, well, yes, we're going to. I'm like, I can't plan that far ahead.
I hear you.
Next August?
Phil wants to make it clear that you should update your address in your passport. He spent 3 days in Michigan jail because his license and passport didn't match. Holy moly, Phil. That's awful.
Sounds
And
like
then
it might
he's,
have been for something else.
and you don't want to be there, believe me. Holy moly. 3 days. Phil. Come on, Phil. Is that
What's
the
the
only
deal? What are we
reason?
missing? Yeah.
Come on.
Anyways, yeah, you do have to have some of that stuff. I mean, they get pretty excited about certain things right at the border. Speaking of the border, I know that we didn't talk about it on the air today because it's another, call for the border to open. Tourist groups once again saying, get that border open. But not
They're
yet.
mad. They're
Not
mad.
yet.
They're mad. They're saying it's ridiculous. This is our
I know.
economy. And you know how much we rely on tourism in this country? Wow.
I know. I know.
Yes.
Anyway, that's
Okay,
all I
we're going to
have
call
for
it.
today. It's
Yep.
raining now,
Yep. I'm going to have
and
visitors here in a minute.
I'm I'm supposed to golf today. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see.
I'm working out today outside, but not until later on. So,
When there's no rain,
yeah, but
you hope.
if the ground is too wet, we don't do it then either. So,
Well, then you
we'll
might as
see.
well pour yourself a glass of wine and call it.
There you go. There you go. Before
Speaking
or
of
after I go
wine,
to the passport. What?
do we not have any clearings for our wine days anymore? What is going on? I am so baffled by it all.
Well, what if we call it Juice Fridays and we put it in a juice cup?
Okay. Can we do that?
Who's going to know? Prove it.
Who's gonna know?
They're going to know.
No, who's gonna know?
They're going to know.
We're gonna do that. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get a
Okay.
juice box. I'm gonna put some wine in
No,
it.
like a sippy cup. Get a sippy cup, right? Yeah. Okay. Shh. Okay. Don't tell anybody.
All right.
Yes. All right. That'll do it. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We love you all of our viewers, and
Oh, don't
we're
get so excited. How do we know
oh
we love them all?
I do. I would hug every one of them if I could right
Ew.
now.
No.
Uh,
I'll hug anybody now too. It's been a long time.
Happy Canada Day, and Mike and I will
Yeah.
be back on Friday. We'll see you soon, Leah.
Okay, bye.
Ciao.